All right, welcome back to the channel. Gervonta Tank Davis, according to Ryan Garcia's dad, will be fighting Ryan Garcia in December of this year. Man, it's a real interesting scenario with Gervonta Davis, man. For a guy over there at Mayweather who's supposedly not fought anybody and has got all these issues, he is definitely the go-to guy and the money man in the lightweight division. But let's talk about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, the next great hype job that they're trying to produce over there at Golden Boy Promotions in this video. All right, welcome back. Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, two young lightweights, one being the WBA regular champion and a former 130-pound IBF and former 130-pound WBA champion. And Ryan Garcia doesn't have a belt yet, but according to what a lot of women think, he has a pretty face, and and he talks and he speaks well, and is a somewhat charismatic guy. So of course, that is the type of guy that boxing, a lot of certain segments in boxing really want to put to the forefront. Also, Ryan Garcia is a very good fighter, very fast hands. I think he's an accomplished amateur. He's undefeated in the pros. He's looked very good in his last two fights with quick, devastating knockouts. I do believe of Duno, and maybe it was Fonseca. Maybe it's Francisco Fonseca that he knocked out as well. I think it was somebody that he was that was a former opponent of Gervonta Davis. I do believe Ryan Garcia knocked the guy out in the first round significantly faster than Gervonta Davis had knocked him out. So since these guys are both in the same weight class, one is with Oscar De La Hoya, the other one is with Floyd Mayweather Jr. So you know that Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather Jr. used to work together under Golden Boy Promotions and Mayweather Promotions. Those guys had a really big fight, which really did launch Floyd Mayweather's career. So even though the two of those guys really don't like each other, they have a working history together. So, but Ryan Garcia, the difference between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis is Gervonta Davis is obviously a more seasoned fighter. He's slightly older, and Ryan Garcia is really now just hitting his prime. Is now just hitting the beginning of his prime. I still believe that both these guys aren't quite where they'll be in about a year and a half or 2 years, but Ryan Garcia is obviously ramping up, man. I had a lot of doubts about him. I thought that he fought with his chin up in the air, and he's really looks like susceptible to a left hook, which could put him on his backside. I still believe that's the case, but I cannot deny the guy has very, very fast hands, and he can crack, man. He definitely can crack. So hopefully he's going to pan out to be kind of like an Oscar De La Hoya, because although Oscar De La Hoya had a lot of that stuff, all of that fanfare and trying to sell, he was being sold on how he looked as much as how he fought. At the end of the day, man, Oscar De La Hoya was the real deal. Oscar De La Hoya really could fight, was a top level fighter. And I'm starting to think that could definitely be the case with Ryan Garcia as well. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis is very interesting to me, man. Gervonta Davis, though, despite him being very popular, takes more, like for somebody that has never been hurt in a fight, never been beaten a fight, has never looked like he's been in the ring with somebody that really could even compete with him. There are a lot of people that are constantly like trying to drag this dude's accomplishments down. Now I can his abilities in the ring down. Take, for example, the last fight that took place between Gervonta Davis and and Yuriorkis Gamboa. The fight went 11 rounds. It was wound up being an 11th round knockout for Gervonta Davis. I think Gervonta Davis might have gotten hit with a combination from Yuriorkis Gamboa once or twice. But the big story but other than that, dude, he hardly laid a glove on Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis did what he wanted to, how he wanted to. But somehow the conversation coming out of that fight was somehow that Gervonta Davis had underperformed. Now that's something that you see in boxing a lot, right? Where it's like if people have an issue with a fighter, they can just do no right. I have a video coming up later today about the notion that Tyson Fury now is this legendary fighter, right? He's a legendary fighter with a Hall of Fame resume and a superstar. Why? Because he beat Deontay Wilder, who, according to many of the same people, was somebody that hardly anybody knew and had fought 40 bums, and he was a piece of trash. So if Deontay Wilder had won that fight, Deontay Wilder would have continued to be a piece of trash, and Tyson Fury, would just go away, I guess. But Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's supposed to go away, and he's still some bum that got exposed. But Tyson Fury is this big, mega, huge star, right? Yeah, let's get out of here, man. Okay, let's get out of here. And that's what I see with the Gervonta Davis thing, man. It's like they can't give him the credit that he really deserves for being a very, very good fighter and a very exciting fighter and a very popular fighter. So people just kind of nick at him for the stupid stuff that he does, outside the ring. But regardless, it's the stuff in the ring that he does and the amount of people that he brings to the fight that has Ryan Garcia basically in the position of a clout chaser and his daddy in the position of a clout chaser as it relates to Gervonta Davis and this idea that they could be fighting in December. That, my friend, is not going to happen. Okay. First, Oscar De La Hoya is not going to let that happen. They are not ready for Ryan Garcia is a valuable enough property to Golden Boy Promotions where they're not going to throw him in there against Gervonta Davis unless they absolutely positively know that he's ready, right? They're not. Now, Ryan Garcia might talk and say he wants that fight, just like Ryan Garcia says that he wants to fight Devin Haney. And I don't have any doubt whatsoever that he really does want to fight Devin Haney, that he would fight Devin Haney if it was up to him. But the same cautious approach that's being taken by Floyd Mayweather Jr., because Floyd Mayweather Jr. knows the sport of boxing. He's very familiar with the whole process of developing a fighter from prospect to champion and then becoming a champion for a long amount of time and making a lot of money in the process. You can see that expertise in Gervonta Davis because when Floyd Mayweather Jr. first came out as a promoter, a whole bunch of his fighters were losing. It just didn't seem like they were in really kind of crazy matchups. It really didn't seem like he had his hand, or at least that organization really had their hands around that matchmaking. But with Gervonta Davis, it seems as if they've got that completely and utterly right. So that is having him fight against guys that he'll look good against. Having him be associated with Floyd Mayweather Jr., which is obviously just a benefit that only Mayweather Promotions can pull off. But anyway, the things that he did has resulted in him selling out stadiums in 4 different areas of the country. Oscar De La Hoya knows the same thing, dude. Oscar De La Hoya is doing the same thing as a promoter with Canelo Alvarez, man. Canelo Alvarez ain't been within a mile of risk since the Gennady Golovkin fight. And he wasn't within a mile of risk for several fights, probably before that, since the Erislandy Lara fight. And he's not going to be coming anywhere near any serious risk for a while. That's how those guys are operating, those fighters. And that's what's going to happen with Ryan Garcia, man. Ryan Garcia is not going to get put in there with Tank quick. He's not going to get put in there with Devin Haney quickly. He might move up at lightweight. I could see him, taking the fights like I think that there is a rumor that he was going to be fighting Jorge Linares. So guys like Jorge Linares, who I think was on the undercard of the last time Ryan Garcia fought. Somebody can correct me if that's a different fighter that is going to be fighting Jorge Linares. Jorge Linares being the former WBA lightweight champion who lost his belt to Vasily Lomachenko. So, but you'll see him fight that level of older veterans that he can look spectacular against, so that they continue to build his brand. And then maybe somewhere down the line, those guys would fight. I don't believe that it's going to be, and I've said this for I said this about Gervonta Davis too. I don't think Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia are going to wind up fighting the current crop of guys that are at the top of the lightweight division. That being the Teofimo Lopez's, the Devin Haney's, the Vasily Lomachenkos. Maybe they'll fight Vasily Lomachenko after Teofimo Lopez beats him. I got this feeling about that Teofimo Lopez Lomachenko fight, dude, because I just can't see those guys throwing away Lopez like that. But so more than likely, man, that shit's not gonna pop off. Gervonta Davis is going to probably fight Leo Santa Cruz. And after he beats Leo Santa Cruz, there'll probably be, somebody else that he can fight that might be another older, significant name. I wouldn't even be surprised if they rematch Yuriorkis Gamboa, because they said, Yuriorkis Gamboa was doing well till he hurt his leg. Let's run that back. People would be interested in that. I just don't see it being a Ryan Garcia. But anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.